Hello, my PC students. Now, I have opened up the file called xxxcosts2 and I've saved it in my folder just to save time, and you can do the same. Go open it up and save it in your folder. And now this is going to be a combination of using a VLOOKUP, and then we're going to go to conditional formatting. And what that means is that, you know how you've seen people in an office go and take a highlighter and highlight different points that they want to stand out. Well, we can do that highlighting by using conditional formatting in Excel, and that's what you're going to do in this assignment. But first of all, we're going to use the VLOOKUP. So we're going to go to the sheet called Table, and remember, we click at the letter click at A2, cell A2, hold down your shift key. I only took the data. I did not take any labels or heading columns. Alright, I click in my name box, I put in a T, and I'll call this one T yardage. Okay, and press enter. Alright, now we want to check it. Click in a blank cell, click on your drop down. Oh, my T didn't come in here. Okay, that's fine. I'll leave it at yardage. Okay, but there's what we want. This is the VLOOKUP table. This is the lookup value. Okay, and this is the answer in column 2. Alright, let's go to sheet 1. And now here we want to put in equals VLOOKUP. Open your parentheses. What are we looking up? The lookup value is the first column, which was the company number. So this is the lookup value, comma, and press F3 for the table array. And this time I called it yardage because I missed the T, but that's all right. You can see that. Okay, yardage is the name of our table array. And then where is the answer? Well, you only had 2 columns. You know the first column is the lookup value, so your answer has to be in column number 2, comma, and it has to be an exact value. So you want to have false there. All right, close your parentheses and press enter. And the first company bought 35 yards. Now, did you see the formulas fill in? And now as I drag down and put the yardage in, all the formulas filled in for you. Okay, so click in a blank cell. Let's go Control S to save. Okay, so now we want to create an if statement here in cell E4. And we want the if statement to say yes if the cell is overtime hours or is more than 40. And if they're less, we want to put in the word no. So again, another perfect if statement. So equals if. And we want to say, are the hours now more? We don't want to say equal to because that's not overtime. They have to be more than 40. So more than 40. And if it's true, put in the word yes. Quote on each side, remember, comma. If it's false, you're going to put in no. Okay, so if the hours are more than 40, you put in yes, which means overtime. Otherwise, you put in no. Close your parentheses, press enter, and you drag it down with your thin black crosshairs, and now you've got yes, no, no, and you can see the yeses at all the ones that are more than 40. And 41 is over, but 40, remember, is no. That's not overtime. It's not till you get to 41 hours. All right, so click off of there and save your work. Okay, so now what we want to do is we want to select cells D4 to D10. So I selected D4 to D10. And now this is where we're going to go to the conditional formatting. So we're going to go to the Home tab. Okay, we're going to go to the Home tab. And now, do you see conditional formatting right here? Okay, right here. And now, let's click on that button. And let's just look here quickly. If you chose data bars, okay, let's say we chose green ones. Do you see how they go in different lengths to show you the larger values? Or if you chose yellow, or if you chose solid fills, you've got your things already highlighted. If you went to color scales, you could have dark blue to light blue, you could have reds, you can have all different things. Or if you went to icon sets, you could have all the top ones are green, the next ones are yellow, and the last one, the lowest one is red. But if you went and chose a different set of icons, you could try and see different things. So very easy to put in, evaluate a range of values. Okay, very easy. Okay, so now I'm going to go back here. I've got D4 to D10 selected. Alright, and now this time I'm going to go to conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, okay, and I want to select greater than, okay, greater than, but I could have less than, between, equal to, and so on. So I want greater than. Alright, I'm going to put in 40. So I want all the values that are greater than 40. Now I can choose, as you see, light red fill with dark red text, or I could have chose yellow fill, or I could choose green fill, or I can choose light red fill, I can choose red text, I can choose red border, I can choose custom format. And you know how I've always told you to be unique, so we're going to go to custom format. Alright, so some things are grayed out because you can't do them, but let's say we want bold and italic. And choose a font color. Anything that you like is fine. And let's make a size. No, we won't change the size, I don't think so. Let's go to border. And now I'm going to choose this line. Choose a color. I'm going to go with that burgundy. I want an outline color. And if I want a shading now, choose something light. Really light, okay, and say OK, and now say OK again, and take a look. I'll click off, and you see my red border, red text, and green fill. That's for all the values that are more than 40. So very easy way to highlight, and you didn't have to sit there and just think. If you had 3,000 items, you wouldn't want to sit there and do that. Okay, so this time I want you to click on E4, hold down your shift key and click on E10. Alright, so now I want you to go to conditional formatting and say highlight cell rules, and we will choose equal to. Okay, and now this time I want you to see this little red collapse arrow here. Click on it and click in cell E5. No, actually I want to go to E4 with the yes. Okay, all right, and now click on your little red collapse arrow and it put in E4 there. All right, so now what we want to do is that we want to choose a format that you want. So let's choose one of these. I'm okay with this light red, dark text, like red fill, so I'm going to say okay there. All right, and I'm going to leave the highlight on because this time I'm going to go back and I'm going to say highlight cell rules. I want to say equal to, and this time with my little red collapse arrow I do want to click in E5, and I want to make it green fill with dark green text and say OK. So do you see I left the highlight on, so I have all my yeses that are one color and all my no's that are another color. Alright, go Control S to save, and you see how easy that is to do it, and you can use any criteria that you want. Okay, now there's another way you can do things. So click in cell I4, hold down your shift key and click in I10. Now this time what we want to do is that we want to use a formula to determine which prices are going to be colored. Okay, so we're going to go to highlight cell rules, conditional formatting, highlight cell rules, but this time you're going to go to more rules, and we want to say that we want to use a formula to determine which cells to format. Okay, use a formula. Alright, and now we click in this box where we have to put the formula in. And it says format values where this formula is true. So we want to put in equals C4, which is the cost per yard, is more than or equal to 7. Okay, so we want to make this, prices are going to change the color, but it's according to the cost per yard, which is more than or equal to 7. All right, so no format set. We want to go to format, and now for your border, let's go to font. What color are we going to choose? Make it bold and italic. Let's choose purple. And then border, let's choose, I think I'm still going to go with purple. And outline purple border. I'm going to, okay, that's all I can do. And then my fill, maybe I'm going to go with this. No, I'll go with tan here. I'll go with the tan color. Let's see what it looks like. Well, that's okay. You can see it, purple there. All right, and now say okay. And take a look. This one had $7 because it was more than or equal to $9.50 and $7. All the rest are less than 7, so they wouldn't be formatted. So you've learned to say more than or equal to a value or equal to a value, and then you have evaluated a formula to say if the cost per yard is equal to $7 or more, then make these values a different color. So it really works slick using the conditional formatting. So save your work, and we'll stop there.